Hello and welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for this exciting session on how to sell, support, and scale with AI. I am Kalash Prajapati, your host for today's session, and I'll be representing the audience and asking some key questions to uncover valuable insights about AI. I'm sure if you have showed interest in this session, you all know that we are in an era where buyers expect instant replies, customer wants easy and quick support, and businesses are growing faster than we ever imagined. And all that is happening with the help of AI. Today, we are going to dive into how your sales and support teams can stay ahead of the curve without burning out by combining the power of technology with the human touch. But before we kick things off, I have a question. Have you ever used AI in your sales or support team? If yes, which tools have you tried? You can drop your answers in the chat section. Okay, I can already see some of the responses coming out. Apollo.io, Outreach, ChatGPT. Oh, of course, ChatGPT, though we all use. Love that. Moving ahead, let's get onto the speakers. Now, let me quickly read and introduce our powerhouse speakers today. First, we have Deepak Kotwani, Head of Customer Support at Upit Simple Infotech. Welcome, Deepak. We are delighted to have you with us.
Thanks, Kalash. Thanks for having me today. I'm really looking forward to a great session and I'm glad to be here today. Thanks a lot.
I must mention Deepak is a tech-savvy leader and in intelligent customer support system. And I'm sure along this session, you will be giving our audience some quick AI tips as well.
Sure, sir. I would love to do that.
Deepak is driven by change and by embedding AI deeply in live chat, ticketing, and retention workflows, ensuring consistency, empathy, and scale. Next up, joining him, we have Harsh Shah, VP of Growth at ControlHippo. Hello, Harsh. Thanks for sparing time out of your back-to-back sales calls.
Hi, Kalash. Thank you so much. It's my pleasure to be on this call.
We are so excited to hear some crazy sales insights from you. I want to mention that Harsh is a seasoned expert in AI powered sales, from automating outreach to closing big ticket deals. He knows what it takes to turn AI into actual revenue. Once again, welcome Harsh and Deepak. I hope you both are excited to share your experience and expertise with us.
Very much. Thanks.
Indeed, indeed.
Moving ahead, let's see what we are going to cover today. First up, we have AI's role in driving sales and closing deals, how support teams are scaling effortlessly with automation, human plus AI, finding the right balance, how to avoid common mistakes in AI adoption, and finally, how Control Hippo helps you tie it all together in one powerful platform. This session is going to be an open discussion for all, so you can definitely ask your queries in between. I will be taking the questions from the speakers, and in the end, we will announce a special offer as well. So, let's get started. As in the business's process, primary stage is that acquiring a customer, which is basically sales. So, I would want to ask my first question to you, Harsh. According to you, how AI is transforming the way sales teams engage with potential customers today?
Great question to start, Kalash. I think AI is fundamentally reshaping how sales is done. It's much faster and efficient now with AI. You can deliver hyper personalized real time engagement with your prospects and that at scale. Also, with predictive analytics, AI helps teams these days to identify high potential leads much earlier in the funnel, and accordingly, you can tailor your outreach based on behavior, based on industry, or even prior interactions. AI also helps you to experiment and iterate faster, which is very, very important today. Whether it is about cold reach outs, pitches, or maybe creating proposals, right? So, by constantly learning from engagement data, AI tools can A B test messaging styles, channels, and timing, and help teams continuously improve overall outreach strategies. For example, at ControlHippo, we use AI-driven omni-channel platform that unify customer conversations across all messaging apps, and enhance them with intelligent assistants, enabling our sales teams to focus only on high-impact tasks like closing deals, rather than sort of managing fragmented workflows. Yeah.
Interesting. Then after like acquiring a customer, the next step that is support. Now, if customer has any doubt and questions. So I want to know from you, Deepak, according to you, how AI is supercharging the customer support?
To summarize, it does it in five different ways. The first comes 24/7 support. So if you are going for a manual customer support, you will at least need 4 to 5 agents to basically cover around the clock and make them handle queries one after another. And that too with some limitations, as one of the agents can handle 3 or 4 chats or tickets at a time. So according to industry standards, they are able to resolve 80 to 90 emails maximum in a day, whereas AI can handle unlimited emails, and then one AI agent can be available 24/7 without any service drops. Apart from that, we you can certainly reduce wait times, customer wait times, because as if you're going for a manual chat handling, one agent can handle 3 chats. If the fourth one comes, they need to wait until one of the customers get their hands off the chats, and then they can then have their turn. But in case of AI agents, AI is always ready to help, so they don't need to wait for anything. The third one is cost saving. Paying to 3 or 4 agents is obviously going to be expensive than having one AI chat agent in your team. So that's the third thing. Fourth is consistency. If you're having humans, it's quite unlikely that they will be able to provide great responses in all the chats every single day and night while handling hundreds or thousands of conversations. So of course, AI is going to be helpful here as you can ensure consistency while giving responses to the customers. And the fourth one is multilingual support. So in case you have customers from different demographics, you will need to have different agents who can speak their languages. And that's quite difficult to find, to be honest. But in case of AI agents, you'll be able to find them easily. So AI is like having a smart agent who never sleeps, and it transforms customer support by providing instant answers 24/7, handling thousands of queries simultaneously and learning from every interaction.
So I just want to know, can you like give me an example how like it has improved the entire thing? Can you give me an example?
Yeah. So support. Suppose you order a food late night, and AI chatbot can help track the order, suggest items, or process complaints instantly without waiting for a human agent, basically. So if you order a food online and maybe it is taking a bit of time, or you want to check the status of the food item rather than contacting the human agent, you can simply contact the AI, and then yeah, AI will get the information for you on your desk, on your screen in real time without having you to wait to speak to an agent.
That is very like eliminating the autonomous process and just simplifying things and speeding up the entire process for the customer, or as well enhancing customer experience plus reducing the cost as well. I just want to understand from you, Harsh, how can AI assist in sales processes, helping like now if it comes to closing the deals? Because is AI so competent that it can even close deals and help sales teams in upselling and cross-selling?
Again, a great question. AI supercharges the entire funnel end to end. So it can predict overall buyer intent, prioritize leads, and automate contextual follow-ups, as I did mention earlier as well, right? For closures, AI analyzes the overall engagement data, signals, and competitive benchmarks to suggest what is the best time for follow-ups or suggestions, or throw random offers at the buyer, right? So for upselling and cross-selling, AI identifies overall patterns in usage, overall history, customers' feedback, or maybe historic conversations that you've had, and suggest timely and relevant upgrades or cross-selling, often before the customer even expresses a need. And that is the best part. So resulting in higher overall customer lifetime value. So it basically acts as a real-time assistant during calls or demos, Like imagine talking to a live chat or app or website about any use case pertaining to your customer's business, and AI will automatically just surface a relevant case study, right? So, or even if it is pertaining to pricing objections, or maybe some sort of a competitive analysis of your key competitor. So it enables your sales reps to react very quickly and confidently. And post sale, AI helps overall tracking mechanism of satisfaction, sort of your customer satisfaction scores or csats, and usage trends, which often offers you cues for expansion conversations that you want to have with your prospects, or initiate loyalty conversations or initiatives, or even maybe help you prevent uh, any potential churn that you may face. Yeah.
So, if reducing churn so is related to retention of the customer. So, I want to know from you, Deepak, can AI improve customer retention score while automating like live chats? Does automating live chats will improve AI retention or customer retention as well?
Yes, it will do it. I'm going to share an example which will give you a better idea of it. So, if you want to compare it with human agents, a human agent can simply answer a customer while the customer is actually chatting with them without having to go and scroll up through their previous conversations, whereas AI will actually re- will be able to recall all the data points of the same customer. Let me give an example. So if you have a customer who contacted you maybe 2 or 3 days ago and had bad experiences, and they were actually frustrated on the chat while talking to the human agent. So so human agent won't be able to recall all those conversations and will just assess the customer in real time. But AI agent will actually recall all those conversations, take all those conversations into account, and emphasize on a few words, or maybe tweak the language of the chat, and maybe share some offers that will help you retain some customers. So it is like a friend who remembers your coffee preference and surprises you with it. So if a customer, and there's one more example which I wanted to share. So it can actually help you gain sales as well. So if a customer who's frequently browsing a product and that too, if they don't buy, the AI can proactively generate an offer for them, nudging them to convert and stick around.
So, this makes me very curious to know that how since AI chat bot and agent is the first step. So I want to learn from you, Harsh, what are some key benefits of integrating AI agents into customer journey?
See, AI chat agent or a chatbot per se is the very first step towards AI journey. How do you sell something, right? Through effective communication, right from awareness stage to driving your prospect to develop interest in your product, and then eventually closure, right? So the first step I would say to AI driven sales is AI chat agents, because they act as your 24/7 frontline agents. They offer immediate support or sales related objections, and route any complex queries uh, to the right human agent or the right sales representative, which dramatically improves overall efficiency and first response time. The real magic, I would say, lies in intelligent bots that evolve from data about your company, about the objections that you faced so far historically, the right and the wrong things which your company would have done in past, right? And on that basis, they can qualify leads, personalize product suggestions, or even integrate maybe with your CRM or any system that you have. Maybe for Deepak and support team, it could be integrating with a ticketing system to provide a consistent brand aligned experience. This ensures your sales teams or any other teams are always one step ahead, right? And cherry on the top would be AI agents can support multilingual interactions. So which helps businesses in expanding to global geographies, other markets, without really scaling, support teams or sales teams proportionately. They offer analytics such as conversation drop-off points or maybe FAQs, which guides overall content strategy, improves overall documentation, or enhance entire experience or sales experience per se. So it is extremely critical to have an AI chat agent uh, be probably the first step towards your AI journey.
This makes me a bit concerned about the factor that as Deepak mentioned about chatbot example giving of a food company where you order food online and not automatic. And this recalls me one of my experiences with a food delivery app, and which was really pathetic. I'll be very honest. I ordered food and by mistake I entered wrong address. I immediately went to the chat support and I asked for the immediate need of changing the address. So meanwhile, the duration of changing the time the other person took to get to my query and get to my concern, the time duration of changing address was lapsed, and I couldn't change the address. And I told him that if you are not changing the address, you have to cancel my order. So they charged me with unnecessary cancellation fee. I was the regular customer. I used to order food from that app very often, but still, I stopped using that app because of this one bad experience. I was a loyal customer, and they lost a loyal customer because of bad chat support, I would say. So, I want to know from you, Deepak, how do you like this AI would be able to segment high value customers at customer support?
Certainly, it will. But I'm going to answer the very first question of yours, which was related to the benefits of integrating AI. So you can basically achieve four benefits in a nutshell, such as smooth onboarding. Second is proactive engagement. Third is improved customer satisfaction. And the fourth one that you face, faster issue resolution. So if you're able to adopt AI, then it will improve your resolution time, of course, and then it can avoid problems like you faced in the past. Now coming back to segments, you can certainly create different segments, and those two things which are really very crucial at customer support. The very first one is quality. That is going to be constant across the segments, but the second one is the resolution time, which will obviously be different and can be set based on your preferences. So in our organizations, we basically have different segments such as enterprise, mid-market, SMB, such as medium and small businesses. And if I want to prioritize resolutions for enterprise customers, it is in my hand. So if I've got an AI agent who is handling two or three conversations at a time, and maybe two of the conversations are needed to be transferred to one of the human agents, it will actually prioritize the conversations from enterprise customer first, and then move to the mid-market one, and then move to the SMB one, and so on. So this is the way we have set it. And yeah, it does help manage customers' expectations based on the segments.
Okay, so as you said that SMBs, mid-market, and enterprises. So I would want to learn from you, Harsh. For businesses looking to scale, where does AI deliver the most value from sales point of view?
See, AI adds the most value by turning manual, time-intensive tasks into automated workflows, whether it's summarizing conversations or generating follow-up messages. Uh, for growing businesses, it acts as a force multiplier, as you'll be able to achieve more from smaller teams. So it sort of enables you, your lean teams to do much more than they can honestly do otherwise, right? So, for example, at ControlHippo, we've trained our AI on our brand's data, so it responds like a seasoned agent, support or sales agent on brand, accurate and fast without needing constant oversight. So also as team grows, AI ensures that new hires have consistent and constant access to information, onboarding support, sales scripts, proposals, whatever the data you have right? It helps preserve overall organizational knowledge and customer context, which is very critical in transitioning from a small startup to, let's say, a mid-market sort of player and so on. And hence, in scaling businesses, AI honestly provides you continuity, right? So, yeah, it delivers quite a lot of value there for businesses that are looking to scale.
So when it comes to scaling, there is like, targeting based on industries as well. So how can AI chatbots be trained to understand address specific or geography specific industry challenges?
Again, very good question. As we often find answers by AI completely irrelevant. So, training AI to handle industry specific challenges involves feeding it domain specific data sets, whether it could be support logs, it could be onboarding flows, customer FAQs, regulatory documents, whatever it takes, right? By configuring custom intents, the bot can actually interpret technical domain specific queries. Um, like, for example, compliance questions in fintech or scheduling proper appointments in healthcare, routing, to the right or relevant doctors or the teams, right? So layering APIs and workflow tools allows meaningful actions. Plus, what is very important is human in the loop feedback that ensures ongoing learning and relevance, which is very critical in dynamic industries. Also, it's not like you're done there. Periodic audits of AI performance and retraining based on the changing business priorities help these agents to sort of get aligned with evolving industry needs. So, Kalash, it's very important to continuously feed information, train, retrain, and have a periodic check on your AI systems as well.
Interesting, very interesting. So now we catered how to actually scale with AI, how to, cater industry specific concerns. My question from you, Deepak, now is that as Harsh said, we can leverage AI to automate and we have to rigorously give time to train it. How do we actually train it?
So the training of AI has evolved over the period of time. Previously, when the AI had newly come, it was like a new intern. You give it a bit of your knowledge base, and then it will learn from it and start to providing responses to the customers. But now it has become a bit more smarter. It can learn by itself. You just need to permit access to your previous chats and support tickets, and then it will learn by itself, and then will be ready to answer customers. But yeah, you can also set label, intent, and responses, which is a bit complex, but you can certainly do it with the help of an expert. Since I know ControlHippo team, they are quite helpful and they can help you set label intended responses. So we have got it done by them, and yeah, it's really helpful. Apart from that, you can use human feedback to improve the accuracy of your AI chat agent. And it is important to continuously refine the responses on real interactions.
Okay, so after training the I just want to know that do you think we can run a team, like a base level of a team without without humans?
Well, it depends upon the industry. Obviously, I'm not going to say that you can remove all your agents and have just AI answer your customers because it's quite difficult. I won't say impossible, but yeah, it's really very, very difficult. Yeah, so you can't do that. But the extent to which you can automate using AI depends on your industry. So if you're coming from a SaaS background, you might be able to automate probably 50, 60, or 70% of customer support based on the complexities that you have in your organization. If I'm coming from e-commerce, I could probably do a bit more, maybe 80 to 90% of customer support that can be automated since AI has capabilities to crawl through your customer info and then payment sources, and then be ready to AI will be ready to provide customer queries, answers to customer queries crawling through these platforms. So yeah, it's quite unlikely that you can automate everything using AI. But the best process that we follow in our organization is simple. Simply give one after another task to AI. Everything which is repetitive, you can hand over to AI and then make AI ready to answer that. So you can divide the entire thing in different phases and then go phase after another. That's the best practice, I would say.
So, Abhi, now we have seen that we cannot run it without humans, that's for sure, because eventually at certain point you need humans. So, Harsh, my question from you is, how do you think that we can strike a balance between human interaction and AI automation, especially customer-facing roles?
Um, See, balance is really crucial. Think of AI as an intelligent co-pilot, not a replacement. So the goal is to let your AI handle the repetitive, low empathy tasks like order status or collecting some information, maybe details about your product or something like password reset, right? While humans can focus on high emotion, high value interactions. You mentioned about your experience, how you've had a terrible experience. So had it been a human experience with high emotion or empathy, probably you would have been a happy customer yourself, right, Kalash? So for the best systems, empower human agents with AI generated suggestions, sentiment analysis, historic summaries, allowing them to respond faster while retaining the authenticity and emotional intelligence. So the key is very clear. It is role definition. Businesses should also give customers the option to escalate to a human at any point of time, because empathy and emotional nuance still matters a lot, especially in brand loyalty. So tools that combine automation with a human override sort of a mechanism offer the best of the both worlds, and thus a hybrid model really drives both efficiency and, I'd say, emotional resonance. Yeah.
So I just want to know that now that you have convinced me and the audience that okay, AI, human together needs to work together, and it will be a very good, like a perfect duo if they are aligned properly. I want to know what should businesses look. I want to know from you, Deepak, what should businesses look for when choosing an AI solution for their business? You're on mute.
Sorry, we follow a structured process to be able to choose the right platform for us. So in case of ControlHippo, like we procured ControlHippo recently, and then we followed a structured process, which starts from basically listing down your requirements based on the vision. So we carry a vision and we decide to have a product for at least 1 to 2 years, and then based on that, we want to achieve something. And then to achieve that, we will certainly require some resources and features in the product. So we list everything down in a BRD. BRD is basically a business requirement document that we always prepare while procuring a tool. And then based on that, we start to hunt in the market and see what are the best options available for us. And then we start to talk to them, and then we understand how the product is functioning. On top of that, we always aim to achieve various things such as multilingual support, strong NLP, natural language processing, escalation path to humans, and analytics and feedback mechanisms in case of AI. So based on that once trial is completed, we'll be able to figure out which one is the best for our business, and then the one which understands our CRM and will be basically easy for all the team members to adapt to. The tool is quick, and then on the basis of that, we do a contract and then get it on board. So this is the kind of process that we follow, and I think it has been fruitful for us so far, and I'm hoping that it's gonna go far from here as well.
So in a post-chat bot world, what is the next evolution of AI in sales and support?
Uh, well, there are quite a few things actually. In case of post chatbot world, hyper personalization is something that I can recall, which will certainly be a game changer. And apart from that, agentic AI is again the next step of how things are going to function. So these two things are going to be crucial. And yeah, that would basically be the game changer in this industry.
Harsh, would you like to add something?
Sure, absolutely. I agree honestly with Deepak. We're heading into an era of proactive AI agents per se. Systems that don't just maybe respond but anticipate. These agents will dynamically create proposals, presentations, do end-to-end sales, generate live insights, and even suggest actions for both agents as well as customers. So you can think of AI like your digital teammate that not only chats but also orchestrates workflows. It nudges the users. It adapts to almost everything in real time, right? So this kind of automation is already going to raise the bar for what efficiency means in modern customer sales or support or operations, depending, right? And generative AI will eventually flow for real-time action by mixing complex sort of documents, conversations, history, enabling hyper-personalized communication. So we'll also see tighter coupling between AI and revenue teams with AI forecasting deal closures, right? So flagging at the right point of time which accounts have high risk of not close non-closure, or even sort of co-authoring renewal pitches, uh, or send upselling emails autonomously. So I'm really excited to see what the post chat agent world, what really happens. Looking forward to it.
Now we have, been discussing very the good side of the AI. I just want to know what are the potential risks and challenges if you get late in adopting AI.
um, See, falling behind in AI adoption means missing out on critical speed, accuracy, and personalization advantages. See, if you don't adopt AI on at the right time, competitors are going to leverage AI and will respond to leads much faster, adapt messaging in real time, and scale their operations more efficiently. So, late adopters will eventually risk burning out teams with manual work, providing an overall subpar sort of customer experience, and falling behind on innovation, honestly. Uh, Over time, I would say the competitive gap will become much harder and more expensive to close, right? So there's also a cost in overall data maturity. Early adopters have more refined data pipelines. They have sophisticated AI feedback loops, giving them an advantage in experimentation and iteration, which I spoke earlier as well. So companies that wait too long may find themselves needing to overhaul sort of their entire digital infrastructure just to get started. So enormous risks, I would say, if you are late in adopting AI. I think almost any organization that I'm in touch with right now, they're already contemplating or in the process of procuring, or they've already implemented AI in their uh, current funnels. Yes,
Totally agreed, Harsh, because I was going through a site where they were setting an AI agent for reminding you your girlfriend's birthday. So that was so funny to see. And
absolutely.
now AI agents for almost everything, booking meetings, ordering stuff for you. And I'm not like shocked to see that because already we have been, seeing so many evolution happening in this, especially tech industry. I just want to know Deepak's point of view on this. What happens if
So there are two, three things which will be simplified using AI, and if you don't use it, the customers are keep going to suffer. The first one is wait times, I mean the response time. So you don't want to provide your customers with long response time. You want to resolve their queries in just minutes and seconds. And competitors are going to leverage that, of course. Then why don't we simply get it and set it as a USPs? If you're not able to provide 24/7 support with human agents, you can do it with AI and at no cost or maybe low cost. So that becomes a USP. And if your competitors are going to leverage that, obviously it's going to impact your business. So it's good to be a fast runner in this case. And yeah, things go and things, get fade out if you don't adapt to them in time. So nowadays you don't see quite a few photos being clicked using professional cameras, then being clicked using mobile phones. And same goes with radios. Nowadays you have your own speaker. You just turn on your Spotify and then start to play music. You don't turn on radio nowadays that frequently. So things like that. If you don't adapt to something new in time, you will be, wiped out by the market. So it's good to be a fast runner in this case.
Yeah. So how should like small or mid-sized businesses approach AI adoption without like getting overwhelmed?
Well, as I mentioned, AI is not gonna replace your entire team in one go. You need to get one agent first at least, and then see what's repetitive in your team, and then hand it over to AI to handle. Calculate the fallback ratio, and then accordingly tweak the responses, give it a bit of feedback so that it starts to perform smoothly. And gradually, once you have completed your phase one, after giving one of the sets of the questions to AI, you can simply follow the process for two, three, or maybe five times so that it takes the maximum amount of workload of your team, and then you can probably rely on AI.
There is a question in the comment section. A person is asking that do you use AI agent for your customer support?
Yes, we do. And not just for customers, in fact, for internal team members as well, we use AI. So we have prepared a knowledge base of what process needs to be followed by the agents, and that too is given to AI. And every agent who has any queries at any point, they simply ask AI what to do in that case instead of going to a senior, and the AI does the job and guides the agent or the customer with the right response.
Okay, this can be a bit technical, but I'll still take a chance of asking. What about the security, data security?
Data security could be a concern, but it becomes crucial to work with one of the great team members, or maybe choosing the right platform becomes crucial. The one who is trustable, the one who has been in the market for a decent amount of time, has a good track records. Since we have leveraged ControlHippo, I know that it's a great team. We can rely on that completely. They have a good track record. Thus, associated products have been in the market for a very long time. So yeah, that's one thing that needs to be checked. The second thing is data policy. You can go through terms and conditions and see where the servers are, how do they store their data. And the third thing is certainly you can have a contract and make everything on paper, maybe get an NDA signed. So these are some practices which needs to be followed when you're concerned about data security.
Yeah, so like also I would want to know the sales point of view on how small and mid-sized businesses should approach AI without like getting overwhelmed. Harsh, what do you think?
Uh, See, one should adopt, a crawl, walk, and run approach, like uh, how you evolve as a human being. Start with high impact, low risk use cases like automating FAQs or internal workflows with an AI assistant. Use platforms with intuitive, no code sort of builders to reduce the overall learning curve, especially for the non-technical teams, and focus on solutions that offer quick wins, and then you scale as you grow, right? So at ControlHippo, we started really small and expanded AI across departments slowly. We were only a shared inbox, and then eventually expanded AI after proving the value, keeping both complexity and cost very well under control. So it's also important to involve frontline team members, your sales team members, your sales managers, uh, quite early on. Let your sales team or even any other department, even support or any department, shape how AI tools are configured, ensuring practical value from the very first day. Many successful startups or SMBs, they also partner with AI vendors who offer overall onboarding support, training resources, uh, and best practices tailored to their industry. So I think that's how one should gradually grow as you scale.
As you said, gradually grow as you scale. I want to know what are some common mistakes that companies make when implementing AI in their customer communication.
I think the most common pitfall I'd say is set it and forget it, automation, right? Which leads to robotic, irrelevant responses. Um, some others could be failing to integrate the AI with your current systems. Very critical, very important. Your internal systems, whatever tools, CRM that you're using, your AI platform needs to integrate with it end to end. Even not involving customer facing teams in the training loop could be a great mistake. So, great AI deployments, I would say, are iterative, cross functional, they're brand aware. The goal should be to enhance, not to replace the customer relationships, right? Um, one another mistake which I could think of is underestimating the importance of context. AI should have access to all the historical data pertaining to that customer, or the product usage if it's an existing customer, or maybe any logs or support related information if it is support related. And of course Deepak would be able to answer that better, but should be meaningful responses, right? So without contextual grounding, even the most advanced AI will fall flat. So continuous training and governance are very very essential to prevent drifting and ensuring quality. Yeah.
Okay, so as we have been talking about AI, chat agents, workflow automation, I want to know how what ControlHippo does and how it is solving the challenges that we you just mentioned.
Okay. I was
Favorite
actually
question.
waiting for this question. I'm really excited. See, ControlHippo is an AI communication platform, chat-based AI communication platform for sales and support teams, and even any other teams for that matter. It is industry or department agnostic, right? And what it does, it unifies all the customer interactions from different channels like your WhatsApp, Telegram, live chat, Meta, Messenger, into one dashboard. It empowers companies with AI chat agents for instant responses. It gives you a co-pilot for smart reply suggestions. It helps you in AI-driven workflows to automate customer conversations. And with multi-user access and auto-assign features, real-time AI-driven engagement, and advanced analytics, ControlHippo streamlines pretty much everything pertaining to your customer communication, which overall boosts your customer satisfaction, customers' engagement, and helps you in driving higher growth across various functions. So I'd say, just to summarize, multi-platform, multi-channel, multi-users on one platform, AI-driven automation, automated workflows, and contextual replies by a very flexible training mechanism is what Control Hippo is all about.
Interesting, interesting. Very nice to know that. So, like we are all set to close the session. Before we wrap up, let's take up some questions from the audience. Okay, I'm just scrolling through the Q&A session and I can see one question for you, Deepak. We tried AI, but it backfired. The bot misunderstood the issue and it created a bad experience. How will you respond to that? How do you ensure correct implementation? I think you have taken up this question pehle bhi, and this is related to that.
Okay, that's quite understandable because it happens. Yeah. So fallbacks may occur, and you need to ensure the fallbacks are not too many. And to be able to monitor that, we need to calculate the fallback ratio, which not too many users are actually doing at the moment. Because yeah, it is important to calculate the fallback ratio and have a proper fallback mechanism in place. Second thing is root cause analysis. You need to get to the root cause, see how is it occurring, and then fix it from there itself. Yeah, so these two things are really very crucial. And the third thing is continuous testing. So once you have fixed something, but once you have made improvements, it's important to A/B test it on various use cases and then decide if it is actually solving the problem or not. But yeah, to summarize, it's not something that you can install and then forget your customer support. It needs a bit of pre-training and refining every now and then to be able to get to the anticipated outcome.
There is one more question related to ticket volume. Can we reduce ticket volume without sacrificing customer experience?
Yes, you can do that. As I mentioned, it's good to segregate your entire workload or entire task library into multiple segments and see what's more frequent, what's the most repetitive ticket in your department is, and then leverage AI to be able to answer that. That will eventually reduce your workload as well as retain your customer satisfaction score as well. And then, yeah, once the first task is done, then you can eventually switch to the next one and so on. This is the best practice that we follow here and could be helpful for others who are watching this.
So there is one more question. Can you share one practice that can be game changer for customer support altogether?
Yeah. So when it comes to something which is a game changer in this industry, I would say that's AI reports. Prior to that, it was difficult to, feed in the proper information. You have 4, 5, maybe 10 team members in your team who are handling tickets every single minute, every single hour, 24/7, 365 days, and there could be 10,000 or maybe more than that tickets that they handle. So answering customers precisely, that means consistency, and then adding post-ticket information, post-handling information such as ticket category, subcategory tags, that was not being managed properly, or consistency is something that cannot really expect, or even if you're expecting it, cannot be at 100% or 95%. So these are some basic challenges which eventually destroys your report, giving you no visualization in terms of how to proceed, what to automate next. So all these problems are now resolved with AI. So since we leverage AI reports, we have recently procured a tool which is good at doing this. Then yeah, we are able to get the insights precisely, correctly, and then we have actionables ready for us.
There is one question for you, Harsh. I run a small sales team and we often struggle with follow-ups and lead drop-offs. How can I use AI to make sure no potential deal slips through the cracks?
Okay, that's a great question. See, I'm happy to plug Control Hippo over here, and what we help small startups with. So we help small sales teams to stay on the top of every lead, honestly, by consolidating all the customer conversations on one platform, on one dashboard. Like I mentioned, WhatsApp, Facebook, live chat, and others into a single unified inbox. This ensures that no message gets missed, even if leads come from different channels, doesn't matter. And you can assign these conversations to specific team members, depending on what the context is, depending on what the query is, set follow-up reminders, and use AI powered nudges to prioritize high intent leads automatically. And AI basically can drive your conversations, assign users based on the context provided, or even collect information, whatever information you want to collect, some sort of lead discovery or L1 sort of support that you want to give. you'd be able to do that. So your team members are only focused on what's most important, which is closing deals and not chasing inboxes, honestly, right?
Mhm.
And the best part is uh, real-time notifications and CRM integration. So whether you're using HubSpot, Salesforce, Pipedrive, Zoho, you know, and you want to give uh, your managers, or you want to have visibility into the pipeline overall on what your team's talking about, what is the sort of health without micromanaging, you'd be able to do that. So it's a lightweight way to add structure, speed, and accountability without adding a lot of pressure. So I'd say get an AI agent as soon as possible with the human in loop sort of mechanism. Uh, that would be a great way to start. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't see any more questions coming up, and I think you guys were so nice throughout the session that you almost cleared out all the queries possibly any of our viewer must have. I just want to thank you so much, Harsh and Deepak. I hope audience will also definitely benefit from your knowledge. Um, Harsh, would you like to announce the offer?
Oh, absolutely. So for all the participants, I first of all, phenomenal engagement there on the chat, and our team's been engaging with all those messages coming in. We are happy to give a 2 months of access completely free to Control Hippo AI tools. We are happy to have one-to-one conversations and understand what are your pain points and how we will be able to help you, resolve the bottlenecks that you have. Start your AI journey, start your automation journey, and help you scale, help you grow, and streamline all your customer conversations. So, no questions asked, 2 months of complete free access. Looking forward to have some conversations with all of you all.
Harsh, somebody in the chat section is asking, how can I connect with you?
Um, I'm happy to, get in touch with you. You can just drop your email ID, and of course, our team will get in touch with you as well. Yes, we will be able to, connect with you shortly.
So what we'll do is that we will be pinning the Calendly link in the recording and the email that we'll be sharing with you so that you can directly book a session with Harsh directly. Thank you so much for being such an engaging audience. Thank you so much for this engaging session. And with this, we are all set to close. For everyone listening, if you're curious about how Control transform your sales and support experience, you can definitely connect with Harsh or our Control Report team. You can see the mail ID. And moving ahead, indeed, this session was packed with insights. A huge thanks once again to the speakers for sharing such practical knowledge. Thank you so much, Harsh. Thank you so much, Deepak.
You're more than welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Pleasure was ours.
With this, we are all good to go. Thank you so much. Goodbye. Good evening. Bye bye. खत्म करते हैं अब इसको हो गया